In this video, I'm going to talk to you guys about 9 ways to tell if you will create wealth in the future based on your current habits. It's going to be a quick one, so let's jump straight into the video. Number 1, you value ownership over employment. If you think long-term about building assets, businesses, or equity, instead of just climbing the job ladder or the corporate ladder, you are wired for wealth. Employees earn paychecks, owners build empires. That first switch has to be there. You have to understand that your job is not going to be the thing to get you the wealth. And if you already know that before even watching these videos that I've been putting together over the last however long, you are already a step closer than you think you are. Number 2, you delay gratification naturally. Choosing to invest before spending, driving a car that's good enough, or reinvesting profits instead of flexing them are signs that you have the discipline wealth requires. Wealth doesn't require all this crazy stuff that you might think it does. It comes down to simple disciplines, systems, and creating ways of life that make sense, right? You understand that choosing to invest makes more sense than going to buy fast food. You understand that choosing to invest is more important than having HBO Max, Netflix, Disney, Hulu, ESPN, YouTube TV, etc., 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 right? And so just understanding that part alone, you're already ahead of 90% of the population. Number 3, you're obsessed with learning. Number 3, you're obsessed with learning high value skills. If you constantly invest in skills that increase your earning potential, you're setting yourself up for exponential returns, i.e. sales, marketing, investing, leadership, content creation, etc., right? You always want to be in a place of learning how to build these high value skills, hiring coaches, mentors, taking courses, going to conferences, etc., right? You want to be in a place where you are learning these high value skills because that's where the real money lies. That's where you'll go create wealth, and that's where everything starts to snowball. And if you're already doing this stuff, you're already ahead of majority of people. Most people never read any books. So if you're already reading books, if you're reading 12 books a year, you're ahead of majority of the world. If you're reading 50 books a year, you're doing what the 1% of people in the world do, right? It comes down to daily habits. Number 4, you track and manage your money. Most people avoid looking at their bank accounts. Wealth builders face their numbers head on, tracking income, expenses, net worth, and cash flow on a daily, weekly, monthly, bi-weekly, quarterly basis, right? And they have a clear financial goal for where they want their money to be. Number 5, you think in decades, not days. Wealthy people don't chase overnight wins. If you already plan in years, investing, career moves, business growth, etc., you're thinking like the wealthy, right? What do you want your life to look like 10 years from now? Just having the answer to that question alone makes you think about every dollar that you're spending today differently. If your goal is to create $10 million in the next 10 years, that changes how many subscriptions you have on your TV. That changes how often you go out to eat out. That changes the job that you have or the job that you tolerate. That changes the side income or the side hustle that you go off and you build. That changes the assets that you create versus the liabilities that you create, right? So when you think in decades, it changes the short term. When you think in the long term, it changes the short term. When you only think in the short term, it also changes the long term, but it may not take you where you actually want it to go because you might be having fun right now, but later, 10 years from now, fun will be a regret, right? And so you got to start it there. Number 6, you surround yourself with growth-minded people. If you actively upgrade your circle and spend time with people who push you higher financially and mentally, you're aligning with the environment's wealth grows in. Who are you aligning yourself with? Your income, your lifestyle, your marriage, your relationships, your health, your fitness is literally all an accumulation of the 5 people that you hang around the most. And you're the average of those 5 people. And so if you look at the people you're around and you don't like their marriage, you don't like their health, you don't like the relationships, you don't like their money, you don't like what they do for work, you don't like their habits outside of work, then why the hell are you around them? What are we doing? Right? Number 7, you see money as a tool, not just a reward. If you think of money as soldiers to deploy, investments to grow, or fuel for freedom, not just as something to spend, you're operating with a wealth mindset, right? Think of every dollar like a soldier. This dollar, these amounts of dollars, this 10% of my army is going to go, and they're going to go invest. They're going to bring me back more money, right? And as the brains of this operation, you should understand where to put those dollars, because you should be understanding where to invest. So therefore, when you take those 10% of dollars and you say, go invest, they should bring you back money, because you should know what you're talking about. 10% should be going to savings. You know that they are going to basically dig holes in the ground and put your money into it. 10% should go to tithing if you're a Christian. Whatever. 70% of your income or less should be on expenses, right? And then depending on who you are, right, there's debt. There's also having just profit. So the lower you keep that expense margin down, the more money you have for paying off debt and for profit, to go travel, to go have fun, to go have a subscription on Netflix, right? Stuff like that. Number 8, you bounce back after losses. Wealth requires resilience. If you already recover quickly from failures, you learn and you keep moving forward, you equip to handle the setbacks on the path to wealth. You don't sit in your emotions. You don't sit and crap happens and you throw your hands up and stump your feet, right? You don't pout. You're not a brat, right? These are things that are required for wealth, right? You know how to bounce back. And last but not least, number 9, you focus on cash flow, not just status. And this right here is kind of the meat and potatoes of all 9 of these things. You focus on cash flow, not just status. Most people just want the status. Most people just want to drive the BMW because it says that I make a certain amount of money. Most people want the nice house because it says I make a lot of money. Most people want stuff because the stuff says I am this. But that's it there. If you'd rather own boring income producing assets versus flex on social media, it's a strong sign you're prioritizing freedom over appearances. The way real wealth is built. I don't make this stuff up, right? Again, these are 9 ways to know that if you're truly on track to create wealth in the future. I hope this video helps. I hope you have all 9 of these things and you're watching this video and you're like, damn, this is me. This is me. I'm on track. Awesome. Keep watching my videos. Keep going through. Keep learning. Hit that subscribe button. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.